All right, welcome everybody. Today is my birthday, and I couldn't think of any other person I want to interview more than and talk to you, Dave Meltzer, my business coach. A lot of times I'm a business coach. People are surprised to hear that I have a business coach, and I've had one. I'm 48 today. I've had one for about the last 30 years. David, we've been working together for years. And it's been great. And the power of mentorship has really helped me accelerate not only my business, but just every element of my life. And so thanks so much for taking time to be on to talk with me today. So I want to start there, David. I want to start there. The power of mentorship. I mean, you have been a huge mentor to me. I could name many, but right now, like you are my number one. And so let's talk about the power of mentorship and why it's so important, especially today as we sit here May 15, 2020, in the middle of COVID.
Yeah. So I think, just understanding in my own journey, when I was 38 years old, I lost over $100 million and realized the reason I lost it is I had no mentorship. What got me there was asking for help and receiving help and leveraging the situational knowledge and relationship capital of others in order to make them feel good to help me, but also understanding there's just activity. People say that to me, oh my gosh, Dave Meltzer has a business coach. You have a mentor. And I said, I got many mentors because there is no business in my life. There's activity I get paid for, activity I don't get paid for. And I try to maximize all my activity. You can see even from the videos I'm doing with my family, I'm maximizing the activities that I'm doing in different ways. There's no better way to get ahead in life than to have somebody show you what to do. Somebody that sits in the situation you want to be in. My mom is my mentor of how to raise kids because I still haven't met anyone that does a better job.
Yeah.
Why should I try to reinvent the wheel?
Yeah.
I can improve on the wheel, but I don't want to reinvent it.
No, I love it. I love it. And I find in my journey, and I personally have had to grow in this, and it's helped and accelerated through coaches, but I find that it's very difficult for people to just surrender and actually ask for help. So for somebody who's listening right now, right, who knows they need the help, but can't ask, what's that step to ask?
Well, there's two words that you got to start putting around you as the first step. I had Trevor Moad on my live today earlier, and he was talking about people try to meditate, and that's like trying to go play golf before you even figure out how to hold a club. The first step of asking is to put two words around you to remind you about radical humility. And when you understand radical humility, you then understand I am a radically humble human being, and I'm going to give somebody an opportunity to feel good. And I'm going to ask them for help. And I have to lessen my ego that I'm either not enough or more than enough or separate from. Once I understand I'm none of those three, then it becomes easier and easier to be radically humble and say, hey, I don't know what I don't know. And this pervades not just mentorship. You do a lot of interviews, Jonathan. You're with a lot of executives, and we have a lot of pressure. When I was a young CEO, a lot of pressure from the board. I was so afraid of telling people that I don't know. And, it's so nice to tell people when they ask you a question, you know what, I don't know, but I'll find the answer for you. Yeah.
No, I love that. I want to talk, you and I talk a lot about how to get back to center, right? Especially right now during COVID, things are crazy. People are stressed out. And so how would you suggest to someone on A, the importance of getting back to center, and B, how you do it?
Well, getting back to center is the most important thing. And that's because when we are in ego-based consciousness, we're accelerating. It's an accelerant, and we're accelerating in the wrong direction. Yeah. And if you can indulge me with a quick story, I think I can show how important it is, as well as how to do it. It's one of my favorite stories. So I have a strict routine, which also in mentorship is important. So I wake up at 4 a.m. I meditate for 20 minutes to find my center, my neutral, get ready, and I go work out for an hour. And then I am a student of my calendar, so I execute on my day. Anyway, I woke up on a Saturday morning at 4, meditated, feeling superb, my highest frequency. I get ready. I'm on my way to the gym, and I go outside, and my 17-year-old daughter's car is missing. Now, I immediately am in ego-based consciousness. I'm pissed off. I pick up my phone. I'm about to scream at her. Where the F are you? Where's your effing car? I'm about to attack her. Then I utilize how I go to center. I'm a ferocious Buddha. So number one, what's the ferocious part? I have to be ferocious to get myself to stop.
Yeah.
If anyone's ever been in an argument and need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, guilty, resentful, do you know how hard it is to stop when you're feeling that way? To actually, it takes true ferociousness. So
Yeah.
I stopped, I drop, which is I breathe like a Buddha. I take 6 deep breaths and I ask myself one question. Why do I feel this way? My thermostat is not my bank account. My thermostat is how I feel. Why do I feel this way? And I realize because I'm afraid. I'm afraid that one of the most important people in my life, one in which I'm responsible for, something's happened to. And am I going to help or hurt the situation by being angry, by being egotistical? And so it drops me down. And now I go and I roll in the right direction. Stop, drop, and roll. My mind, body, and soul was on fire. I was ferocious about stopping. I'm a Buddha about getting to center and dropping. Then I roll in the right trajectory. So I call my daughter and I say, "Hi, where are you?" I wake her up. She said, "I'm in my bed." I said, "Oh, where's your car?" "Oh, that's at the grocery, Dad. You told me when kids are drinking that I should take an Uber home and never drink and drive or drive with anyone drinking." "Oh, I'm so proud of you. Go back to sleep. I'm sorry I woke you." "It's okay, Daddy. I love you." Now, why is that so important? Because you asked, what are the effects of going to neutral?
Right.
I would have called her in ego, in fear. "Where the F are you?" She would have said, "I'm in my bed. Why are you yelling at me?" I said, "Where's your effing car?" "It's at the Why is it at the grocery?" "Because kids were drinking and you told me you were drinking. You're going to lose your car. You're going to lose your phone." Right? And then what's going to happen? The next time kids are drinking, my daughter's going to step in the car and she's going to drive home. This is why people end up so far in the wrong direction where they want to be, because they don't stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Thank you for indulging me in the story, but I think it's the most valuable lesson I've learned that can help people in this show.
No, I love that story. And, and I'll share, for me, one of the things that has slowed my brain down, because I grew up where, and my family was very hot-headed and would respond in a very reactive way. I had to kind of retrain what my DNA was. But I did that for 25 years. I've been meditating. It's the first thing I do every morning. And, I have a buddy, Rob Dubay, who wrote a great book called Do Nothing. And it talks about how when you meditate, it's training your brain how to do nothing. And that to me has been the art of me getting back to center. And even during the day, when I'm feeling out of center, it just takes a couple breaths to get me back. And I think the power of breathing. I know you're a big meditator. We talk about meditation a lot, you and I. Talk a little bit about meditation. And the reason I want to dive a little bit deeper into it is whether I'm speaking, doing workshops, speaking, doing one-on-one coaching, when I talk about meditation or executive time, it's very foreign to probably 99% of the executives, salespeople that I work with. And so to me, you can't talk about meditation enough, because I think it's that important for our entire nervous system.
Yeah, meditation is an affirmation.
Yeah.
People don't see it that way. They see it. Stillness is an affirmation of one thing, that we're connected to the greatest source of power, light, love, and lessons that have ever been created. It's an affirmation of what walks with us and within us. And if you're willing to affirm your own power, your own light, and not only affirm it, but appreciate it, give it gratitude, and add value to it, and then give it away to others, you will change your life. It is also a practice, right? Meditation, you can't just say, I'm going to meditate. It starts, I was with Trevor Moawad, like I said, Moawad this morning, and he said, look, first thing you want to do is just not give power or give words to negative, right? That's the first step of meditation. Don't even try to meditate. Just stop saying stupid stuff. And I see things as balloons. And what happens is I have these choice of negative or positive balloons. And which one am I going to give life to, right? Am I going to get it, life of the negative, the 87%, or am I going to be the 1% of the 1% and breathe life into what I want, regardless of the external circumstances? And if I sometimes breathing light or love and lessons into a balloon that is more challenging, it's harder to blow up. Yeah. It lasts longer, but it takes longer to blow up as well. So I think, if you look at meditation as an affirmation and a practice, your life will change. And it's a lifelong practice. You can't go play a round of golf without ever learning how to hold a club or go to the range. I practice meditation every day.
Yeah, no, I love that, David. And just to jump into something you talked about, consistency. to me, consistency is critical. Small things. One of the things I say, and when I'm talking about in my brand, is think big, right? And the way I define it is doing small things every day that compound to something big. And it's the small things, that the nitty gritty come, day 15 and day 17. If you look at that chart of a penny that doubles every day for 30 days, it's hard even to comprehend when you're looking at the chart that come day 20, the penny is as large of amount as it is. And so I find consistency is so difficult for people. How would you recommend people really kind of anchor in to consistency?
Well, first, understanding the difference between motivation and inspiration. And then second, understanding acceleration, growth, and segmentation. So what do I mean by that? One, you have to get motivated to do things every day. And so you have to have tools, you have to have skills, knowledge, and the desire to do so. But you have to understand that motivation is not going to get you there every day. So then the second part is to understand, to be inspired, you need to know acceleration, exponential growth, and segmentation. You were discussing the segmentation of the 17th day of a penny. If you double that penny, here's how you do it. Think about your kids. We live with our kids every day. We cannot see them accelerating and growing until we have to go buy them a pair of tennis shoes. Right. Then all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, it's been 3 weeks and you're half the size bigger.
Right.
That's what happens with business, with life, with consistency, is that 1% of the people won't quit at 25% of the way. Right? Imagine if we quit on our kids and said, you're not going to grow just because we don't see them growing. Right? Oh, you're stuck. You're going to be 2 feet your entire life because I can't see you growing. That's because our senses are so weak and our memories are even weaker that we can't see it. So consider your business your baby. Just trust the fact that if you're doing the right things, you're feeding it, you're changing its diaper, you're doing all the things to your business that you're supposed to be doing, it's going to grow the same way that a baby does. Even though you can't see it growing, you're going to have to go buy it a new shirt and new shoes every single 3-4 weeks. And eventually it's going to be like wildfire. You're like, oh my God, I can see the growth. This is incredible, because you got enough pictures behind you to see 1 month to 2 years, you're like, whoa, this is a lot of growth. And then next you're walking them down the aisle going, what the heck just happened here? You walk down the aisle with your business, be confident in acceleration, growth, and segmentation, lower the bar every day. Realize that 2 minutes a day is worth more than 2 hours on a Saturday. Be consistent. And that's the way our conscious, subconscious, and unconscious continuum works. It works with each other in an exponential manner when you do something every day, because the only way you can input things into your system is through your conscious, your cellular memory. And it only takes in information when you're awake. So it's really stupid, and it relies on your senses and your memory, which are even dumber.
Yeah. So wait, I love that. So wait, so let's talk about, I want to talk about innovation for a minute, because I think now we're in the middle of COVID. I don't know if we're in the middle, but we're in COVID. And, I think companies are realizing, wow, I thought I was innovative, but I'm really stuck in 2005. Or I thought I was innovative and I realized I'm not. Or I thought I had it figured out how to manage people, and I don't, now that everybody's working remotely. And so from a culture perspective, from an innovative perspective, what are leaders supposed to be doing right now when it comes to anchoring back into, being innovative on a daily basis?
I think it's a reminder of two things: how important community is. And the connectivity of community, understanding that we can't take our existence for granted. And then secondly, understanding capabilities. Capability is the aggregate of your skills. And this is a collective or individual, of your knowledge as a collective, an organization or an individual, and your culture or desire. And the aggregate is your capabilities. And as a leader, we should be looking to see how our capabilities, the skills that we have, want, or need, the knowledge that we have, want, or need, and our culture or desire aligned with the opportunities that are growing right now, the opportunities that are stable right now, and be perspective on what opportunities we think, we're guessing, that we are, hoping will be successful in the future. And I say that intentionally. Those words are intentional about the future, because all we can do is hope, prospect, and dream what the future is going to be like, which gives it a higher statistical success that it will be that way. But there's no guarantee. The only difference of today compared to, 6 weeks ago, or I'm sorry, 6 months ago, is that we have an acceleration of change and we have a compressed uncertainty. But there's always change, like I said, and there's always uncertainty. Nobody can tell me what tomorrow is going to bring. Nobody.
No, that's true.
Yeah, they can guess, right? But, they cannot tell me what tomorrow, because if they could, they wouldn't be here, right? Because they go ahead and take the pick six or the lottery or something else and just make a fortune. And life would be so boring if you knew exactly what was going to happen tomorrow, wouldn't it?
No, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be as fun. It wouldn't be as fun. Right.
You don't want to be here.
So talk to me about this, because you're talking about community, and I'm going to segue that into giving, community giving. To me, it's kind of, it's one and the same in many respects. I met you, you had just turned 50, right? And so, or you were about to turn 50, and you were opening up a school in Africa. And that's, that was like our first conversation, you just sharing with me. And the reason I got connected with you was from a buddy of mine, JT, and he said, you got to meet this guy, Dave, from Akron. So I knew I was going to love you because my dad's from Akron, my mother-in-law's from Akron. And you were starting out this school in Africa, and I just think it's worth talking about, because I think if we don't give back, then it just, for me at least, it's not as fulfilling. So talk a little bit about the importance of giving and what you're doing. It's amazing.
Sure. Under the context of mentorship, my relationship with money was always in three worlds. In Akron, Ohio, with a single mom, 6 kids, it was being a victim. I lived in a scarce world of not enough. And as I became a multimillionaire, I lived in the world of just enough. Even though I had everything, there was just enough for me. I was very filled. I was buying things that I didn't need to impress people I didn't like. And I didn't understand that money does not buy love or happiness. Everything, in fact, in my life, up until I was 36 years old, reaffirmed everything that money buys love and happiness.
Yeah.
But when I realized there was a whole nother world, a world of more than enough, an abundant world where there's more than enough of everything for everyone, and that things don't happen to me like a victim in the world of not enough. They don't happen for me in the world of just enough, but they happen through me. That my what's are for something else, and everything happens through me for others. Yeah. And so money became just as important. I was so afraid that I, misaligned my life, that money wasn't a vibration of this, a true energy of this vibration. It is. It's a currency. It's an object of energy we put into flow, get what we want. But I was using it in the wrong way. If you buy the right things, like community centers and schools and other helping scholarships to college, you will be happy. Money will buy you happiness and love if you buy the right things. Yeah. If you buy the wrong things you don't need, things to impress other people you don't like, you will be very unhappy. And I've been blessed to live that journey and learn those lessons and share that love. And I think that's important to understand, that giving and receiving are one. I always talk about receiving values and giving values. My giving values come first, because that's what motivates and inspires me to receive. If I don't have that giving value in place, if I don't know this is for a scholarship or for schools or to buy the right things, right, I am not motivated, nor am I inspired. I feel guilty, resentful, and offended for everything I receive.
I love your outlook on everything, David. I want to keep this to 20 minutes because you're a 20-minute guy. And so last couple fast round questions. Favorite book and why?
Think and Grow Rich. It's the perfect blend between faith and money.
I'm so glad you said that. I just started reading it this week for like the 6th time. And I told both and I have my daughter reading it now, and then my son's going to read it. Best piece of wisdom you would give somebody graduating college today?
Be kind to your future self and do good deeds.
The best piece of wisdom that you've ever received?
Be kind.
The lesson that took you the longest to learn?
Still choked up radical humility.
Yeah. And fast forward 100 years, Dave Meltzer, what do you want your legacy to be?
Kindness.
I love it. David, I can't thank you enough. I'm a huge fan. Thank you for everything that you have done for me and continue to do for me. I had a business coach for many, many years who passed away, Jules Rappaport. He was the greatest. And I was in search for a business coach, and then I found you. And, the universe works how the universe works. And so I'm very grateful for that. and for everything that you have done for me and continue to. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you for being one of my 1,000 to empower another 1,000 to empower another 1,000 to be happy. You're incredible. Thanks so much, Jon.
Thanks, Dave.
Bye-bye.
Hold on 2 seconds.